Yeah, Juice had a hand contusion. X-rays looked okay though. I think they just told me they got, and Raheem had a thigh contusion in the last day of practice, and you guys didn't know about that, so that's why he didn't dress today.
Just you feel a lot better about the first team offense and where Jimmy and the pass protection, just all the moving parts were.
Yeah, it was definitely better than the week before, and that would have been hard not to do. But it was cool that they got to stay out there longer, get in a little bit of rhythm. Started off a little rough, but completed a good third down, which allowed us to stay on the field some, and I thought they had a good first half.
Did you think Jimmy just looked more comfortable? Do you think he needed that Monday night to just kind of put all that stuff behind him?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big surprise, I think, when a guy's out for a long time, and especially that and coming off an ACL. But that's just how football goes sometimes, especially in the preseason. Last week wasn't nearly as bad as it looked, but it definitely did look that bad live. And today, everyone's on the same page a little bit better. Move the chains a couple times, you just get into a rhythm, and then you start forgetting about things and playing football.
He was off target a little bit on that first drive. You talked so much about the issue of being able to keep him out there on Monday and get him in a rhythm. Obviously, that happened tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think he's settled down? He had the fourth and one pass, got it down, but then the second drive was started to.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, it looked like it. He definitely missed a couple early, which guys do. That's not always just coming back from injury. That happens in games, but you got to rebound from them. And it's very tough in preseason games to rebound from stuff when you're taken out. Fortunately, he knew he was playing the whole half, and he took advantage of it.
You talked to him during the game. Did you sense any sort of relief from him, or was it just more the public hysteria, not him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the public stuff is what it is. I mean, that's just our profession. So it's not like I sit in there and review articles and radio shows with them. You just try to coach them and go through practice and talk about the coverages and plays you're expecting. Tell them what you plan on calling, and you go over that throughout the week. And if you feel a guy's struggling with things just outside of football, you always talk to him. We have those relationships. But Jimmy was pumped for today. He knew, when guys don't play well the week before and everyone's talking about it, all guys want to do is get back out there, and couldn't come fast enough, and I'm glad it worked out for him.
Was setting up play action for him a key today for you to get him into his rhythm?
It's pretty much a key for every quarterback in every game we've ever been in. It's a lot easier when you get first downs. You can set that stuff up better, and that they're going to play more than 2 series, so that made it a lot easier.
You have to talk about a guy not being too high or too low. Did you see that from him between these 2 games?
A little bit. Jimmy does get amped up sometimes, which I think can be a quality. Definitely is a quality at times, and sometimes when it's hard to focus, you got to bring him down a little bit. So you deal with that ebb and flow throughout games, throughout the week, throughout season. So I thought he did a good job today, and hopefully we'll have a good week of practice and see how next week goes.
How about the other Jimmy Ward, the guy who hasn't been practicing? Looks like he just kind of stepped in and he's been there all along.
Jimmy is a football player. It doesn't matter whether he's hurt or how long he's been out. When you allow him to go, he's going. And, he's been that way in practice all week. I know we threw him out there today, and I think he was able to play both nickel and free safety. And from what I saw, he played pretty well.
When was that decision? As far as, looking at week 1 of K1's not ready, is that?
Yeah, the good thing about Jimmy, and it's also been a tough thing for him throughout his whole career, is, he's sometimes the best or second best player at almost every single position, depending on what personnel's out there on offense. So you got an option to put him at a lot of places. We definitely want to put him at safety, but we have had some injuries, and his injury opened up some room for Tarvarius. So I know those two are competing in that area, but we're going to have our best guys on the field, and you got a lot of options with Jimmy.
Is Mike Person healthy?
Yeah, Mike Person's healthy. We would have kept him in longer. We just wanted a chance to look at some other guys.
Did any wide receivers stand out to you today? I know you've been looking for someone to really.
Yeah, well, Jalen didn't dress because of his back tightness. I thought, it looked like Richie made some good plays today. I know Jordan, I messed with him. He needed to get more open on that deep one. But, we missed him, but he came back and he made a few good plays there after that. So, the group from a whole, I thought played pretty well. I know we had one false start. I think that was on Bourne. But I thought the group played pretty well as a whole.
Is Nick Mullins sort of in the lead now for the number 2 job?
No, we've just been going with it consistently. Nick won the coin flip for the first week. Then CJ went second week. Nick was up this week, and I expect CJ to be the 4th game.
Have you seen Rita make a catch like that?
Breida will surprise you with some of his catches. He's made some in practice, and I don't know if he's had an opportunity in a game like that, but we got him in their coverage, and I didn't know if he was going to get to it, but he can run, and he ran through the ball. Wasn't worried about that middle third safety coming to hit him, and made a hell of a play.
Has his receiving ability from day one, when he first came in to now, has that been a huge jump?
Yeah, he's come a long way in that. Breida works at everything, but that wasn't his area of expertise when he got here. He got a lot better at it in his last year and his second year, and he's continuing to improve this year.
Are you talking about the route running part of it? How's he doing there?
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah, no, he's been it's been tough for our guys to guard him one-on-one in practice.
Did you run maybe a more advanced version of your offense than you normally would in the preseason, just maybe to give Jimmy some more opportunities?
Not really. I mean, we just stayed out there more, so I think when you stay out there more and you're able to balance the run and the pass a little bit better, it kind of opens up more things that, when you get the run game going a little bit or just are able to run plays, gives you the chance to call some bootlegs off of it, some play actions off of it. Third down's always just third down for everyone in the league. But I just think it worked out that way.
You mentioned trying to look at some of your guards. Obviously, Garnett couldn't go. Have you seen enough from him throughout his career?
I mean, we know that he's got the ability, but, we have – I was just telling our team, we got to cut down to 53 here in 6 days, I think, and there's a lot more than 53 NFL players in there. And it's not just about ability and who's the best. It's about who's going to be available. It's not just our 53 for week one. It's who's going to be the 53 who we think can play with us throughout the year. And, we've had, the last couple of years, I think we've been in some situations where you can't always pick that. You have to pick on the guys with the upside and things like that. But the most important thing is guys are going to be available. And I know Josh wanted to go tonight. He'll go next week, though. He has a legit injury. He's got a cast on. Hopefully he'll be able to play through that and show us that. But he's competing with some guys, and there's a lot of guys on our roster in that same situation.
Such as Jeff Wilson, what you see from him this camp as opposed to last year?
Well, he came back bigger. He put some weight on. He runs more. His style is more like a bigger back, especially compared to our other guys. But he's always been that same weight. So he came back, I want to say about 15 pounds heavier. He got hurt early on, so we haven't been able to look at him. Since he has been healthy, he's shown that he carries that weight well. He looks like a very similar runner to what he was last year. But when you're running the same and you've added 15 to 20 pounds, that's a good thing. We'll see how, I think he ran pretty well in this game tonight. I think he ran well last week. We'll see how he does in this final one, and we'll make a decision on a bunch of guys.
What was your stress level like this week in comparison to other preseasons that you've coached in?
Pretty low. It's preseason. If I read all your guys' stuff all week, I might be stressed. My wife was probably stressed. I'm sure Jimmy's family was stressed, but none of it totally matters. It's what do you do in the season, and I've been in the league long enough to know that, so I'm not going to sit here and the season's stressful enough. I'm not going to sit here and get worked up about stuff that you can't control and that really don't matter till they count, or doesn't matter.
Part of the lessening of pre-snap penalties, is it just guys getting in a rhythm, having more snaps under the belt? Is that
Both. You want the quarterback to have command of the huddle, enunciate everything very clearly. We don't just line up very static very much. We put a lot of pressure on guys. We move around a ton, and we feel it gives us a schematic advantage and also helps players get an advantage on leverage and things like that. So it's something we do a ton. We've been playing with a lot of young receivers for a while, and they're still young. So that's something we challenge them with that all the time. If it's something you struggle to do, you're going to have a hard time being on our team.
During the game, Andrew Luck announced his retirement. Just wondering if you have any thoughts, surprise of that, and has there been, would you expect at some point here with the two backups you have for some team to give you a call and see if one of those guys might be available?
I just was told about Luck before I came in here, and that probably shocked me as much as everyone. He's one of the best guys in our league and one of the most impressive people I've been around just going through the interview process and stuff. So I'm sure he has a very good reason and everything. But that was crazy to just hear that. But we have three very good quarterbacks. We plan on having three this year. But just like every other person on our roster, if someone thinks there's a way to upgrade our team, we'll always listen.
You plan on keeping 3 on the 53 now?
Yeah, we're not going to ever just get rid of NFL players. And I know we got 3 NFL quarterbacks who can help us.
It seems like it would be kind of rough with all the injuries you have.
It's very rough.
Knowing who's going to be available
It's,
in 1 and 3.
Yeah, it's very rough. That's why there's some tough decisions. But that's something that when you have 3 NFL quarterbacks, they're not easy to come by, regardless of where you draft them or anything. So when you have that, you don't just give that away. Sometimes it takes years to find.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's not mine. Almost stole that.
What's up, guys?
Obviously, do a lot to tune out the noise and everything like that. But Kyle also said, you're human, and just that when people react to what you do on the field and things like that. So what did tonight mean for you, just personally, and was it a sigh of relief?
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. All the hearsay and whatever noise is going to go on, you just have to ignore it and just go play football. I thought it was a good step coming back here to KC where it all started and everything. So just get that out of the way. It's another step in the right direction.
Was there a moment where you stepped on the field initially and kind of took it all in?
Yeah, pregame I did. Went and checked out the spot and everything. But once I did that, it was over with. Time to move on.
Where,
Well, Kyle said it might
add
kind of be.
too much drama to it. But when
Say it
you-
again? Sorry.
I don't
Oh.
wanna add too much drama to that moment. But when you go to that spot, what do you do?
I don't know. Just think about it. Lots happened in the year that since then. So I don't know. just I don't know. I thought it'd be good to go back there and just remember everything that I've gone through.
Kyle said it might be kind of eerie to come back here a little bit just because of what happened.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, leading up to it and everything, I mean, enough people talked about it, so definitely thought about it. But yeah, it's good to get it out of the way, I think is the best way to put it. It's another step in the right direction, like I said.
How much of a rhythm were you able to get into, and how much did it help just being able to run a more diverse portion of the offense and play action and running and things like that?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was a lot different than last week. Like I said, we got once you get the first down, you start to get into a rhythm. The run game was looking real good. I barely got touched. I had the 1 sack and everything, but the line blocked tremendously up front, and I barely got touched. So I mean, that makes everything a lot easier.
There was I think it was a 3rd and 6 in the first drive where you hit Marquise, and it seemed like after that you started throwing a little bit more accurately and getting into that rhythm. Did that play really start to click things?
I wouldn't say it was so much that play. I think just being on the field for more than 3 plays like last week, I think it got us into a good rhythm. And whether it's all of us across the board, I think we need to get into that rhythm, and it was good for us.
Is it almost a little relief to kind of get that many plays in a row?
Yeah, it was good. We had a couple long drives, so kind of get us ready for the season and everything. I mean, that's real football when you get into the 9, 10, 11 play drives, and it's only going to help us going forward. So I think all that stuff added together, made for a good night.
Looked like you really felt the kind of touch you needed to put on that throw to Breida. Can you talk about the angle that you have there to get it over the safety?
Yeah, just I wish I could have put it a little closer so he didn't have to dive for it, make it a little easier on him. He made a tremendous catch on it. I mean, just when you have running backs who could catch it, most of the time it's receivers making that catch, but when a running back could do it, it's so hard for defenses to plan for that. So it's credit to him. It was a tremendous catch.
Couple more.
How much different is he as a returner and catcher now since he's been doing that more?
He's come a long way. Yeah, definitely. I mean, all the backs, though. I mean, Tevin, Jeff, Raheem, all those guys, they just having that element to your game as a running back makes you so much harder to cover and harder for D coordinators to plan for them. So it's only going to help us going forward.
Kyle said the plan for right now is to keep all 3 quarterbacks on the active roster. Just, I don't know, from the camaraderie in that room, I mean, what does it mean to have both of those guys with you?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we got a good group, all 4 of us. It's I don't know, it's a tight-knit group. We all get along with each other, help each other out on the sidelines and everything. I mean, those guys are talking to me just as much as the coaches are. So it's a great group to be around.
Last one, go ahead.
Is this performance today going to help you get through not being able to play next Thursday because now you have a lot of time before you're going to be on the field again?
Yeah, I think it's just like I said before, it's another good step in the right direction. Just getting this out of the way. Last week, getting that out of the way, and just kind of checking the boxes off. And now we're just getting ready for the season. So yeah, it's a good night.
When are you going to start looking at Todd Bowles' defenses?
Tonight. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Quan Alexander's coming in right now.
Doing? All right.
Get back out there again.
Legendary. It felt great. I was out there having fun. Just moving around, just try to get to the ball. It's been great.
Was there any anxiety?
Nah, no anxiety. I've been here before. It's just by me just having that confidence, just going out there, just doing what I do the best. Having my team back and they have mine, so everything worked out perfectly.
Was that, were you eager, did you want to play this last week or Monday? Had you known for a long time you were going to play the first 2 preseasons?
I was just ready whenever they told me I was going to be ready. When I go out there, I just knew to do my job, have my team on my side, and whatever I had to do, I had to do it.
After dealing with an injury and missing a significant portion of last season, just what's the first hit feel like when you get back in there?
Just a regular old hit. Everything was the same. I've been practicing, so I've been getting a little contact, but tackling it felt great. Especially making it, so it was great on the first drive.
How much louder can you be, or I don't know, more influential, sort of as a leader when you're actually out there playing instead of being in street clothes?
I always been a leader. I always talk. I always communicated. I always make sure everybody was straight. So I'm always be me, and nothing's going to change.
Your next game's going to be in Tampa Bay, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of reasons, that has to be a big deal for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. You know, I can't wait to go back. Really just to get the win. You know, just go out there, have fun with my teammates. Like I said, just get the win.
What are you going to tell them about preparing for Tampa Bay in September?
What I'm gonna what now?
Tell them about preparing for the weather in Tampa Bay in September.
The weather?
Yeah.
Oh, they should already know about the weather. You know, it's gonna be hot and humid. So we just gotta go out there with our mind right. Just go out there, focus, just hit and have fun. When you have fun, you don't worry about the heat if it's cold or hot. So just go out there and have fun.
Well, what have you been able to learn about Jimmy Ward, just given that he's practiced twice in 2 pretty light practices, and then comes in and plays 2 different positions?
Yeah. Well, Jimmy from Bama, Bama boys, that's how we ball. So I know Jimmy a dog. He gonna go out there and do his thing. So he showed up today.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, have a great one.